We have some breaking news right now. Things are going bad to worse for United Healthcare. According to the Wall Street Journal this evening, United Healthcare Group is now officially under investigation by criminal attorneys at the Department of Justice, the criminal fraud section at the DOJ, for possible Medicare fraud. This comes just about 1 week after the CEO of United Health Group decided to step down for personal reasons. Maybe this is one of the reasons, given the ongoing investigation reported today by the Wall Street Journal. But overall, bad news for United Health Group, which has been embroiled in scandal after scandal for several months now, ever since the United Health Group CEO was killed in a New York City hotel, or right outside of the hotel, about 6 months ago. Now, folks, that's not all the news right now. If you want to support my work, please consider clicking the button below, becoming a paid subscriber to my Substack today, or sending a one-time donation to support via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas. We have a lot to cover. Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, today said that she was open to suspending habeas corpus in America for undocumented migrants. Habeas corpus, as you know, is the legal mechanism, the constitutional mechanism by which individuals can challenge their detention in a court of law. Stephen Miller, the Deputy Chief of Staff, previously floated the idea of suspending habeas corpus, and today Noem was asked in front of a Senate or in front of a House committee whether or not she would support suspending habeas corpus, and her answer essentially was that the legal requirements, in her opinion, were met, but ultimately the final decision to do this would be up to the president. House Republican leaders have canceled scheduled votes for Friday. This comes as Republicans face internal disagreements over Donald Trump's $7 trillion tax and spending package. The main disagreement here, really, there are two. The first is whether or not to cut Medicaid, and if so, by how much. And the second is whether or not to impose some type of SALT deduction cap, the state and local tax deduction. That's a big issue for Republicans in blue states like California and New York. But the first issue, the Medicaid issue, is getting a lot of attention because, as you know, the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office has scored the Republican bill to say that about 13.7 million Americans would lose access to healthcare coverage if it passed. And while now they don't have the votes, they're still negotiating. So we'll see what happens next. More chaos and more crises at Newark's Liberty International Airport. Overnight, we learned that on Monday, a single air traffic controller was responsible for all of the planes coming in and out of Newark for a 3-hour period between 6:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. on Monday night. Now, to put this into perspective, Newark is one of the busiest airports in the country, even when it's operating at reduced capacity, which it is now with one of its runways inoperable. Typically, you're supposed to have 14 or 15 air traffic controllers on duty at all times. For 3 hours during rush hour Monday night, only one air traffic controller was on duty. That could have caused devastating impacts, especially if that air traffic controller did not show up. In addition, we have confirmation that Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy moved his wife's flight from Newark to LaGuardia recently. Now, they claim that it's scheduling issues, but it comes at a time where Newark is embroiled in scandal. Duffy pushed back on claims suggesting otherwise, while acknowledging Newark's well-documented issues with outdated systems, staffing shortages, and runway construction issues. Tom Homan, Donald Trump's border czar, has confirmed that he has personally discussed with Alina Habba, Trump's personal attorney and interim U.S. attorney for the District of New Jersey, about the possibility of prosecuting Democratic lawmakers. An Ohio man intentionally checked out 100 books on Jewish history, African American history, and LGBTQ education from a local library in Cuyahoga County with the stated purpose of burning them. He literally checked out 100 books and proceeded to burn them so that the community can no longer have these books. At the kickoff of tonight's Land of Hope and Dreams tour in Manchester, England, Bruce Springsteen delivered a powerful critique of the Trump administration, saying, quote, "The America I love is currently in the hands of an incompetent, corrupt, and treasonous administration." He urged those who believe in democracy to rise with us, raise your voices against authoritarianism, and let freedom ring. Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence, dismissed the top two officials at the National Intelligence Council after they released an assessment that challenged Donald Trump's declaration of the Alien Enemies Act, essentially saying that Nicaragua was not working with the Maduro regime in Venezuela to invade the United States, which undermined the declaration of the Alien Enemies Act. During a recent appearance on Fox News, Senator John Kennedy voiced strong distrust toward Qatar, stating, quote, "I trust Qatar like I trust a rest stop bathroom." During his Middle East tour, Donald Trump declared, "We will do things for Qatar that they will be happy about," signaling some type of commitment as strengthening U.S.-Qatari relations. It also coincided with Qatar's offer of the $400 million luxury Boeing jet that is currently sitting at a San Antonio airport that will be retrofitted to be used as Air Force One. Today, a federal judge ordered the release of Badar Khan Suri, a Georgetown University postdoctoral fellow detained by U.S. immigration authorities since March. The federal judge ruled that the government failed to provide any evidence that Suri posed a danger to the community and found that his detention likely violated his First and Fifth Amendment rights. Russian President Vladimir Putin declined to attend tomorrow's peace talks in Istanbul with President Zelensky. Senator Dick Durbin, the ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, has formally requested that Attorney General Pam Bondi provide the legal memorandum she authored deeming the Qatari jet gift legally permissible. And finally, Donald Trump urged the Qatari emir to assist in de-escalating tensions between the United States and Iran. That's all the news right now. If you want to support my work, click the button below, become a paid subscriber to my Substack today, or consider sending a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas, and I'll see you in the morning.